Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. I'm your host, Brendan Abbott, with my two co-hosts, Kyler Lewis to my right, Rashad Pinnell to my left. We're coming to you on WODU studios, well, technically WODU Live, but the best in college radio. How y'all gentlemen doing today? How you guys feeling?
Good.
Feeling
It's a
good?
beautiful day outside.
It is.
So you know how this goes. Story time, guys.
Story time.
Story time.
Story
man.
time.
So man, I'm sleepy. I'm taking my medicine. I'm hurt. So I'm out there sleeping. Getting my good sleep in.
Yeah, getting your good sleep in.
Fell asleep with the TV on. So remote's in the bed, right?
Yeah.
Smooth kicked the remote off the bed. Scared the mess out of me. I'm talking about scared. I'm jumping, ready to fight.
This guy.
It's 4 something in the morning, man. I got work at 6. I'm like, is there really a point going back to sleep?
This dude.
So I stood up, got busted in FIFA. Now I'm tired. Let's talk to sports.
This man, I don't remember the last time this dude had a good story, like a positive one. Like, when was the last time we heard this man say something good, apart from the fact that when we were leaving school? I mean,
That was the last time.
you know what I mean? That's the last time I heard this man say
It was
anything
good.
good. In his story, like, all the stories have always just been depressing. Nothing.
How about you, Brendan? It was a birthday yesterday.
It
Man
was.
just turned 22.
I did.
Birthday,
I did. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. man.
Birthday.
It
The
was-
GOAT.
Yeah, man. it was a good birthday, man. I appreciate it. Any extra year of life is a good one. You know what I mean?
Brendan hated me a little bit, man. I woke up, didn't say none to him. Granted, I was discombobulated. I woke up like, oh snap, I got class, and it was already like 10 minutes of the class.
Oh, come on.
So man, got in there late. Son, being sick ain't the wave, man.
Man, I was sitting there again. This man Shah said, I'm about to be late. He's like, I can't walk with you. I'm about to be late. I'm like, this guy. This guy, man. His face looked like you ever seen somebody's face look dry, but it doesn't need lotion? Like he wasn't dry as an ashy. Like his face just looked dry. Like,
Come on, man.
it looked like it lacked life. You
Oh
know
my
what I'm
God.
saying? Like the soul in his face wasn't there.
I was undead.
You know what I mean? Like I was confused. I was looking at this man's face. I was like, "Bro, you good, man?" His eyes looked like they had just came up from the what's it called? The exorcism or something.
Yo,
like,
relax.
I'm
Yo,
just
bro's
saying,
getting
bro.
this worse, man.
You went through some things, man. You just weren't looking your best, bro. I mean, you
it
look
was
a lot better
possessed.
today. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like
appreciate it.
your face looks moisturized. You didn't lotion yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like you look better today. You know, I'm just,
It's vibrant.
yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah,
radiating
lights
today.
in
Look at the glow on your face. Look at the
It's the
glow.
jacket, man.
Yesterday, this man's face looked almost as dark as mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, man. My man's radiating today. I don't know. Might be the jacket. Might be the blue. Something.
It's the jacket.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe your earrings are shining extra special today. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
We're just trying to look good out here.
I don't know what it is, bro.
Hey, we got hot weather outside, but I'm still in a jacket. I'm just trying to look good.
That's when you know you're forcing your outfits out, man.
You
That's
gotta
when
keep the jacket on.
Yeah, when you are forcibly keeping a jacket on, so you
I'm
make
about to
sure you
take mine off as soon
I
as
did
I
the
go outside.
same thing in
I
Florida.
don't want to get sick.
Yeah,
I just don't want to continue to get more sick.
Man, it wasn't even. I did the same thing in Florida just to look fly.
I was sweating on the inside.
Yeah, man. I wore a hoodie with a flannel shirt over it, and this girl had told me going into it was like a beach party, and the girl told me, she's like, "You're gonna be hot, you know." I was like, man, it's gonna be by the ocean. We're good. I'm gonna get the breeze in. I'm gonna be, y'all gonna be the fools. It's gonna be a little chilly. Our brother started dancing. It was all rap. When I tell you, I look like I ran a marathon. Dude had sweat coming out his ears, like pools of sweat, bro. It was real. I'm telling you, man.
You sure that wasn't just the beach water?
Bro, it won't be beach water. Trust me, beach water don't perspirate like that. I was
was sweating out
Man,
here.
bro, I'm telling you, it was real, man. Like the beach water couldn't cool me down. Dude sat here and started, and the thing is what made it worse. You're dancing, so you don't want to have to put clothing, like you don't want to tie your clothes around your waist. But then, slowly but surely, layers started going on the waist. First, the flannel shirt went on the waist, then the hoodie went around the waist. Dude sat there, was like, damn, the shirt might have to go for real. Rashad already beat me to it. Had to lay down through the damn night, man. The man Rashad, I looked to my right,
He always does that.
shirt on. I was like, what happened?
Got hot, man.
This man walked in with one jacket on and a short sleeve. He was wearing that jacket actually. Talking about I got hot. I was wearing a flannel and a hoodie, and I was hot.
But
This man was wearing that
when you
jacket.
dance, you get hot.
Nah, man.
Bro, Florida's hot. It was still like 70, bro.
This man.
But as you notice, when I stopped dancing, it came back on because it got cold out there.
Yeah, it did get
But
cold.
let's get to these sports.
Clothes slowly started getting put back on. The hoodie came on real quick. You know what I'm saying? The flannel t-shirt came on real quick. I looked at Rashad 2 separate times. I saw his jacket back on, but then I saw the shirt gone the next time I looked at him. I didn't know what was going on. I was confused, man.
Yeah, Rashad, you feel
man, hey, when you go on a drought, man, you just get cold. So you got to put it, you know.
I was at a loss, man. I was confused, but you know what? You do things when you get hot, for real. You do things when you get hot. But yeah, man. Let's get into this sports, man. Let's talk about these topics. So to start off with, man, I'm going to talk about the best player in college basketball. Who has been the best player, in our opinion, in college basketball so far? Because eventually they're going to release the AP College Player of the Year. So we're going to give y'all who our best player in college basketball has been so far this season. Then we're going to get into the Martavis Bryant suspension, because now he has this year suspension for NFL substance abuse, for breaking the NFL substance abuse policy. So we'll get into some of that. And then the NFL also now admitting the role football plays in players and people getting CTE, and it's a brain disease that for years people were saying that there's no affirmative evidence that NFL or football was tied in with CTE, but now the NFL has recently released a statement saying that it definitely is connected. So we'll talk about that some. And then we'll also get into the Spurs, who are also having a great season, but it's just overshadowed by that team over there in Golden State. So we're going to ask the question, are the Spurs underrated? Because if the Warriors were having this great season, would we be talking about the Spurs having possibly an all-time great season? So, we'll get into some of that. But to get things started, college basketball, there's no doubt we're in the NCAA tournament time now. It's March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Tournament play especially will start tomorrow. We had some of the first four teams play yesterday, but essentially all the teams that we care about, all the teams that everybody's picking. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You didn't like watching the Wichita State game? That's a team that makes a nice little run.
Is anybody picking Wichita State to be in the Sweet 16?
I'm not picking on the Sweet 16. But my man Fred VanVleet, though, exactly. Out of Chicago.
It was an entertaining game, but I saw an entertaining game the other day with in women's basketball too. I saw a riveting game. Actually, ODU played a riveting game last week where Jenny Sims dropped she dropped 28. You know what I'm saying? I'm always up for a riveting game, but at the end of the day, none of those teams made it far in my bracket. Now, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But the thing with it being now, we're looking at the top teams that we see: Michigan States, Oklahomas, the Kansases, and so on. And we're asking the question, who's the best player? Because some of these teams, Kansas is the number 1 overall seed, but does Kansas exactly have the best player in college basketball on its team? So I pose the question to y'all: who's been the best player in college basketball so far this year? Rashad, we'll start for you. Who's been your best player in college basketball?
Who's been my best player? Everybody would expect me to say that Ben Simmons answer, but it's not Ben Simmons. The best player in college basketball is clearly Denzel Washington. Denzel Valentine.
I was like, my man stopped acting.
Denzel Valentine. See, he's honestly, it's hard to it's hard to get triple doubles in college because usually get the amount of time he play and all that stuff like that. But he basically do it. He averages 19, 7, and 7. And if you want to compare it to Ben Simmons, he averages 19, 11, and 4. But he's not as aggressive as Denzel. He's not. I don't see that killer instinct, that college killer instinct like I do in Denzel Valentine. And some people are gonna look at me like, oh, really? You gonna choose him over someone like Buddy Hield? It's not about being a scorer. It's about being great for your team. He makes his team better. He makes Michigan State better. So I feel like the best player in college basketball right now is Denzel Valentine.
All right, Colin, what about you?
I would say Denzel Valentine, but he came up a close second to me. I do want to take Buddy Hield because I feel like that he's such a performer and he does so well offensively, and he's getting better on defense, and he's just I feel like he's a great player, and he's gonna be great for the league when he comes in. He's also averaging 25 points, and his field goal percentage and free throw percentage is better than Denzel Valentine. So definitely he is definitely a great scorer, and I feel like giving him the basketball is always a good thing for Oklahoma.
The weird thing about this is it's odd for me because if we're talking about from play this season, because of course everybody's gonna say the little Ben Simmons thing like Rashad said earlier about how everybody says Ben Simmons is like the best player in college basketball, best talent or whatever. But based on how the players have played this season, I can definitely understand why Rashad said Denzel Valentine, because the man did average 19 points a game, averaged 7 assists, he averaged 7 rebounds, shot 44% for 3-point range. Field goal percentage of 46%. So
fun fact, he's the first to average 19.7 assists and 7 rebounds, since assists became a stat in the league.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's balling, you know what I mean? Crazy. But then we go to my man Buddy Hield. And here's the thing, Buddy's been doing this thing, man. 25 points. Mm-hmm. The boy's shooting 46% from 3-point range. He's 6'4" guard. Shooting 49% from the field. 49% from the field now. He's shooting. He's almost converting on more than almost half of his shots. Practically is 50% shooter. Free throw percentage shooting 89%. Guys, who does this sound like to y'all? Does it sound familiar in any sense of the word to y'all? Who does this sound like? Who does it sound like to y'all? I'm just saying, from a college basketball standpoint, who does this seem emblematic of? Do I hear a baby face? What?
No.
A baby face? I can't even put my finger on
his 3-point percentage is 46%.
And doesn't that sound similar to an NBA?
No.
Stephen Curry?
No.
Doesn't that sound similar?
Stop.
I'm just saying.
No.
The Oklahoma's been balling. The boy's shooting 46% from 3-point range. He pulls up from 30. He's hitting shots on people that we only seen. Well, not only, but that we've seen from the likes of Stephen Curry this year.
No.
Even in games when Buddy Hield has been off, he still hits big time.
No.
Ask Texas fans when they were tied 60-60. Buddy Hield hits the deep three. He was off the whole game. Hits the deep three. Balls on Texas. You know what I mean? I'm
no.
I can't overlook my man Buddy.
First of all, no. First of all, his 3-pointers are 2-pointers in the NBA. So when he's shooting for 3-pointers, Steph Curry's not gonna go down like they're jokes. So don't compare him with a 2-pointer. One, he's not pulling up from 30 like Steph Curry pulls from 30. He pulls one shot from 30 and hits.
Stop it. Buddy be pulling.
Stop it. Are we gonna say the dude from Howard? Are we gonna say the dude from Howard is just like Steph Curry too? Who's leading the nation in scoring?
Buddy's something different though. He doesn't score like Buddy now.
Mm-hmm. Look at he's leading the nation in scoring.
Just because he's leading the nation in scoring doesn't mean you're doing efficiently. Buddy's shooting down near 50. He's pretty much shooting 50% from the field.
Buddy Hield is no Steph Curry.
Curry shoot 51%.
He's no Steph
Curry.
You making half of your shot.
But I said
he's
for
not
college basketball.
He's not the college version of Steph Curry.
Basketball.
No.
How similar does it seem?
No. He doesn't make his team better like Steph do. He don't do it like Steph do.
Every game when Buddy Hield has been off, it's either been a close game for Oklahoma or they lost. And that's in correlation with Buddy Hield's play.
But it's always in correlation. But it shows that he makes his team better. Because even when Steph Curry doesn't play, his team still can play. So therefore, he made his team great during the season.
You just made the case for Buddy.
I did not make the case for Buddy.
You said when Steph's team is off, that his
no. When Steph
is off
because he made them better. He made
it's because Steph. Yeah, but Buddy's team isn't as good as Steph's. That's the fact of the matter. Buddy doesn't play with Klay Thompson. What are you
stop it?
He's
no.
Playing with Klay Thompson.
No, I'm just saying. Stop with this whole argument.
I'm just saying. Buddy is balling. I like, you know what? Somebody call in and tell me otherwise. That Buddy Hield isn't emblematic of Stephen Curry right now on the college level. We saw what Steph did at Davidson, that's for sure. But I'm saying, for all we see from Steph this year, you can make little itty-bitty comparisons here of Steph and Buddy from the college level to the pro level. I'm just saying.
He's strictly a scorer. When he gets in the league, he'll be strapped.
No, Buddy's just a shooting guard. Okay, Strap is a stretch. Strap is a stretch. Come on. Strap is a stretch. He's not like Jimmer Fredette.
He's just like Jimmer. He's just like Doug. He has a better handle than Jimmer. He's just like Doug, who just now started exploding. Who just now started to go off.
He has a better handle than Jimmer. He's more athletic than Jimmer. He's a better shooter.
And Doug McDermott.
He's a better shooter and finisher around the rim than Jimmer. Jimmer was on
Doug McDermott. What about him?
He was more athletic than Doug McDermott. Buddy's
look how long it took Doug McDermott to finally go off. That's how long it's gonna take Buddy Hield.
They're not as good as Buddy. Neither of them was as good as Buddy. Jimmy Fredette was arguably a better long-range sniper
That
than
man,
Buddy,
and,
but he's
and
not.
That's, and what
He's
did
not
Buddy
a
Hield
better
do?
overall player than Buddy. Buddy's not just a three-point shooter.
That's where a lot of his
He
points come
shoots
from.
49% for a reason. He shoots. You don't shoot 49% while you're shooting 46% from three-point range. The boy shoots 49% for a reason. Actually, I have the stat right here of what he shoots from two-point field goals. Actually,
49.4, I think.
He shoots from
49.6
from 2-point range. My man, but wow, he shoots 53% on 2-point field goals. 53%. So that's
I mean, it's easy to make a layup on a fast break.
He's not. All his points are from fast break. So why does Stephen Curry shoot such a high percentage, Rashad? When he shoots 45% from the three-point range.
He has a great scoop layup that no one else has. Buddy Hield is nothing like Steph Curry. He'll never be. He won't be that great in the league. Denzel Valentine will have a better career than him.
Anyways,
watch Denzel Valentine is the best.
It's not about future projection. It's about this.
It's about this season. Yes, this season. Denzel Valentine is a walking triple double.
That's what it's about. But he's not a walking triple double because the man don't average a triple double.
He has better stats than Buddy Hield.
It's arguable Ben Simmons is a better walking triple double than
No,
Denzel
he's
Valentine.
not.
Yes, Ben Simmons averages a double already.
He does average a double.
How is
but he averages 4 assists. He's not even halfway.
And Denzel Valentine averages 7 rebounds. Ben Simmons averages 11. He averages 11. He takes less shots. He's shooting a better field goal percentage.
He's averaging the same points as him too.
But he doesn't do it. He doesn't help his team. Ben Simmons doesn't help his team. The team is trash.
And
LSU is trash.
Ben Simmons' fault. He still holds the team down.
Apparently not.
Ben Simmons
Buddy Hield can do it.
Doesn't help the team.
I mean, he does his thing, but it don't make his team ain't better.
What you
Ben
mean?
Simmons.
If he was starting that organization.
All right, so peep this. All right, so when Ben Simmons is on the court, right? Yes, Ben Simmons garnered a lot of attention. Ben Simmons has the IQ, amazing basketball IQ. Find your man, open hole. Helps Quarterman. He makes Quarterman better. He does make Quarterman better because Quarterman won't be playing the way he would without Ben Simmons. But as for the overall team, he doesn't really help that team out that much. That's why they couldn't make it to the NCAA tournament.
Ben Simmons doesn't help.
I mean,
I'm just gonna keep saying it. I have to give you a chance at this before I reply. Ben Simmons doesn't help that team.
He does. I mean, he does. Look, all right. So what I mean by help is, carry the team. I don't see him carrying the team. I see more so Quarterman can do that more than what he can do. Ben Simmons doesn't do enough to get this team to win.
Do you want to say
I can understand what you're saying, but if you're saying he doesn't help the team,
he helps the team. Think about it. He made Quarterman who he is.
Without Ben Simmons, that team is not even talked about this season.
You're right.
Without Ben Simmons, they're not even regarded. They're not even close to even getting into the tournament.
Are they talked about because Ben Simmons is on the team? Or
they are. That's exactly why they're talked about. Nobody's talking about LSU if Ben Simmons didn't go there.
So
the next Ben Simmons didn't go to LSU.
They're talking about Ben Simmons.
They talk about LSU. I talked about Johnny Jones yesterday just because of Ben Simmons and how good that team should have been because they had the best player in college basketball on their team. That's the reason because of Ben Simmons. Projected. But
Denzel Valentine is the best. We all know Denzel Valentine is the best player.
We don't all know that.
Yeah, we all do.
Nobody agree with you. No, because you're giving Ben Simmons. Denzel Valentine does not because he averages 19, 7, and 7. Ben Simmons averages a double-double. And he shoots. Ben Simmons averages. So 19 and 11 isn't great. And almost 5 assists isn't great.
When you're 6'10" point guard and people 6'3" guarding you.
So come on, don't slight Ben Simmons like that.
I'm not slighting him. My man's good. My man's great.
6'3" people guarding him. Come on.
Come on now. You know
that's a point guard.
Exactly.
Exactly. Guarding him.
When he's not in the post, who's guarding him?
Come on.
A guard.
A small forward.
A guard.
A small forward.
A guard.
A small forward is guarding
a guard.
him. A small forward is on the wing too, bro.
A guard. Yeah.
Not all guards are on the wing. Small forwards guarding too. Small forwards average from 6'6" to 6'8", 6'9".
And they're still not as tall as him.
They're not as tall as him. That shows how great he is.
Ben Simmons is the tallest dude on the court most of the time. There's not that many 7-footers in college basketball.
Let's live it down.
So you're telling me there's that many 7-footers?
Go to Texas. You see plenty of 7-footers there.
Texas.
Go to Oklahoma. You see 2 7 or you see 1 7-footer there. You could pick a couple of teams. You see 7-footers. Look at the schools. They'll have one, but you look
at the conference you're naming. Look at the SEC. Go to the SEC where he plays.
You go to.
There's nobody other than Kentucky.
Go to
If he can't get 11 rebounds on teams other than Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky. Who's the center for Kentucky?
Labissiere, I think.
Labissiere.
Guess I pronounce it. However you want to say it.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, the man still averages a double-double. That isn't just because you're taller. Everybody doesn't watch what you do. You know what I mean? That doesn't neutralize what you. He still averages.
So you're saying height doesn't have nothing to do with it.
Because if you're gonna make that case, I can make the case. The fact
I have a question then.
Denzel Valentine's assists are a proponent of his being technically a guard type and having a guard role on the team.
Is there any excuse for Taco Fall's only average 5 rebounds a game and he's 7'6"?
There's no excuse for that.
Nah,
because he's tall, right?
No, it's
because he's 7'6", right?
You're around there the whole time. You're around the rim the whole time.
Because
so you should average more rebounds.
Okay.
But the point of the matter is, but Ben Simmons averages more assists than any power forward there is. He's leading freshman.
Not a power forward.
He's a power forward.
He's not a power forward. He's not a power forward.
He's a power forward. He's listed as a
definitely not a power forward.
He's listed as a power forward.
He's not listed as a power forward.
He is listed as a
power
forward.
He's a point forward.
Oh, point forward. Oh, come on, man. He's a power forward.
Will LeBron call himself a power forward? No.
LeBron's a small forward. He's called a point forward because his playmaking ability.
And that's Ben Simmons.
Just like Ben Simmons. So
he's not a power forward.
He's a small forward. If anything,
he's a small forward. He's not a power forward.
He's a power forward. He's a power forward. But I mean, and we're also overlooking Tyler Ulis, who's also ball.
Do not put him in this category.
Tyler Ulis been balling.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's been balling. Tyler Ulis has been balling. So
not as player of the year.
What's Kentucky without Tyler Ulis?
You're right. I mean, what's Kentucky without Calipari though?
I mean, you can say that for any of these teams. What's Michigan State without Tom Izzo? Come on, man. Come on. Get out of here. Come on. No. Come on. Yeah, what's Michigan State without Tom Izzo? What's Duke without Mike Krzyzewski? What's UNC without Roy?
A lot of stuff then. Roy Williams saying all that.
All right, but I listed 3 other teams you didn't say nothing about. Yeah, so let's not just focus on UNC. Come on. Get out of here. But
man. Happy birthday, man.
But I mean, because we want to talk, because I think Ben Simmons has a case for this too. The only problem is his team hasn't reflected it. But I mean, Ben Simmons is at if you look at, especially he's number 1 in all freshman rankings.
He's not even in like the award race.
The only because
that's just because of his team success. But if you look at individual college season, Ben Simmons is having a great season. People are undermining because his team hasn't. If Ben Simmons' team was in the tournament right now and they were a number 1 seed, nobody would have issue with Ben Simmons how he's playing, because everybody. If Michigan State wasn't playing well, people would say Denzel Valentine's not doing enough. So if LSU was in a way better position right now, you could argue the fact that Ben Simmons wouldn't be. I can tell you something for a fact though, because of all this Ben Simmons talk, people talking about, oh, he's not this, he's not aggressive. The boy averages 19 points. He's not, you know what I mean? He doesn't shoot enough. Blah blah blah. People, the next Ben Simmons isn't gonna go to LSU. There's no reason for the next Ben Simmons type player to go to LSU, because you know why? Because that player is gonna want to win. Because nobody talked about when Karl Anthony Towns was putting up monster numbers. Everybody knew Karl Anthony Towns was a number 1, number 2 pick. But you know what? The difference was he won. So his numbers didn't matter. So people were just saying, oh, Karl Anthony Towns is a great player, blah, blah, blah. But his numbers weren't so focused on because his team was winning.
Yeah.
Same with Jahlil Okafor. The team was winning, so nobody's going to harp on it. Because Ben Simmons' team didn't win, everybody's focused on his numbers. If they were winning, his numbers wouldn't be as big as a factor. So the next Ben Simmons is going to be like, you know what? I saw what he went through. I'm going to either Kansas, I'm going to Kentucky, I'm going to Duke, I'm going somewhere that I'm pretty sure I'm going to win at. You know what I mean? It's sad because it's a fact of the matter. I think him going to LSU helped somewhat balance the power of college basketball, because you had the best player not on one of the top powerhouse teams. We talked about LSU this season because of Ben Simmons, but we also talked about them because of how they didn't utilize Ben Simmons and stuff like that. How the players, to some degree, wanted to show how good they were and didn't, fully maximize on the potential that they had in front of them with Ben Simmons.
Didn't work around Ben Simmons as a player.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's because because it's easy, it's a lot easier said than done, because then you look at it from the standpoint of other players saying, well, we were here longer than he was, so why is he going to all of a sudden come in here and take all the shine that we've worked for and get all the get all the praise and all that for our success, and other players have been there longer. But when you have the best player in the world, or a best player on the in college basketball, or your best talent,
let that man ball.
Yeah, you gotta let him ball, man. There's no excuse for that. But nobody even mentioned the dude from Iowa, Jared Uthoff, I think. Utah.
So he's
that dude's a forward that can ball, man.
He can ball, but I just can't put him as the top player in the country.
We wouldn't talk about him over.
I can't say I wouldn't talk about him now.
Iowa's been playing really good.
Yeah.
They're not. because we brought up Buddy. They're not a number 1 seed.
They're not.
I was not a number 1 seed.
Because both teams became
Michigan State
towards at the end.
Yeah, Michigan State and
Michigan State got robbed. LSU not in the tournament.
So I mean,
the dude from Howard, nobody knows about him.
I mean, you just lead your team in scoring. I mean,
you lead the nation in scoring.
Yeah, I mean, he did lead the nation in scoring.
That's different.
But there's plenty. Look at the top scoring players in college basketball. Half them players aren't talked about because their team success hasn't. Their team hasn't reaped the success of them scoring such a high volume of points. Shoot, Trey Freeman's number 10 in scoring. I think in college basketball, he averaged 22.2 points a game.
That's crazy.
Nobody talking about ODU. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the truth.
I'm hurt.
We're students here, and nobody's talking. You know what I mean? Like how many times we talk about ODU on this show this season?
We talk about football a lot.
We talked about ODU football, and the basketball team arguably had a better chance to get into the tournament or football or postseason than the football team. And we talked about the football team way more. So I mean, that goes to show it. I mean, last year ODU did really good in NIT and basketball. So I mean, we have to see how they do this because they legit were 1 game away from making the tournament and they lost. But that's neither here or there. But we're gonna move on to the next topic, y'all. So going on, we're gonna talk about Martavis Bryant. And he recently was, given a 1-year suspension by the league for abusing the NFL substance abuse policy or violating it, better say. And he was going to appeal it, but then he dropped his appeal. And guys, it seems like it's been a reoccurring problem with players and just not being able to stay off the stuff. And they're costing themselves thousands of dollars because for violating the abuse policy.
He has a minimum 1 year suspension.
Yeah, and he was scheduled to earn $600,000 in 2016, and it's sad because his agent Brian Fettner pretty much said that we are all stunned by this, me included. We miscalculated the issue. It isn't a party issue. It's a coping issue and it's a depression issue. And he's got to take care of it. And he recently, this season he was suspended for 4 games. He played in 11 of Pittsburgh's games. He had 50 receptions for like 765 yards and 6 touchdowns. Imagine if he would have played in the other 5 games. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine
Allen Robinson though.
So what?
Allen Robinson though.
Didn't Allen Robinson play the whole season?
No, he got hurt.
When did he get hurt? How many games did he miss?
Continue on.
How many games did he miss? Let's what the stats on Allen Robinson. How many stats did he miss? How many games did he miss?
Continue on.
Okay. All right. And does Allen Robinson play for Antonio Brown?
He plays Allen Hurns, which is the best.
Don't
worry. Go ahead. Don't worry. I have my thing to say.
Antonio Brown. Yeah. Answer the question.
Antonio Brown.
Are they Antonio Brown?
It makes it easier for Martavis Bryant.
Are they Antonio Brown? Is it simple yes or no? Are they Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown.
They're not him, but
exactly. All I need was yes or no.
Their name is Antonio Brown.
All I need is their stats. Do they have Antonio Brown production?
Yes.
Continuous Antonio Brown production? Yes. Are they the best receiver in football?
Best duo?
No, are they the best receivers in football? Are either of them?
Antonio Brown's not the best receiver.
Okay. All right. What? Anyways.
My man Des guy.
Anyway.
Chill out.
You're going to say Des Bryant is better than Antonio Brown. After last season, you know what?
He had no Romo.
Let's continue.
It's not even a debate.
What did Antonio Brown do without Roethlisberger? Nothing.
That's a good point.
Hey.
But we still saw the numbers he put up, though.
With Ben Roethlisberger.
No, but we saw the numbers he put up the whole season.
Even
without Ben, we're getting off topic. You know what? That's off topic. I'm not getting into that. I already argued this once. I already made this case once. I already argued this once, and I made my case. I made my case.
But this is about those two being a duo.
No,
he's gone. Martavis Bryant's gone because he can't get off that stuff.
We gotta talk about the suspension.
He can't get off that stuff. So he's gone. So the best duo in the league is the Jaguars receivers score now.
Chill out. Stop.
You got your opinion. I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have your opinion.
Oh man, it's settled.
I don't agree with it, but I'd love to hear other people's opinions. Call it 757-683-4405 if you think the Jaguars receiver duo is better than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Say it slow. I want them to call in and let you know wrong.
Bryant. You said what?
I say it slow because I want them to call in and let you know you're wrong. 757-683-4405.
That's actually crazy.
Let them call.
I provided you with stats in Florida,
and their stats were better combined.
Yes, but how many more games did they play?
It doesn't matter.
How many games did their quarterback play?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. How many games their quarterback plays? It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So when Tony Romo was out,
I'm done. You just said Tony Romo was out, so Des Bryant that affected it. But
yeah,
so you want to change it for the argument?
Yeah, because I'm a Cowboys fan.
No, shut up. No, manipulate for the argument. No, get out of here.
No.
Anyway, I'm
just saying
he's been suspended, and Brian Fettner is pretty much saying that it's been a depression issue and not a party issue. But at this point, Antonio Brown is just coming off a 4-game suspension. No, not just coming out, but Martavis Bryant. Sorry, thank you. Is coming off of a 4-game suspension off this season for the same substance abuse stuff, and it's sad because you see other guys like Josh Gordon who applied for reinstatement in the NFL is still suspended for his previous problems with substance abuse, and now we see the issues with Johnny Manziel, who just got released by the Browns earlier in the week, and now you're starting to see this trend of players having the problems with substance abuse, and whether it's depression or not, I mean, you're costing yourself money and your ability to take care of your family by the way you keep hurting them with the substance abuse. So what do you guys think about this Martavis Bryant suspension? Kyler, let's start off with you. What do you think?
Well, whether it's depression, well, we wouldn't really know like what's the exact detail. They say it's depression. I want to bank on the fact that it's depression because hold on, we got a caller.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for this one.
Hello, caller. You're in with KBR Sports, the best sports talk show you 24 hours a day. How can we help you?
Hey, I just got one thing to say.
What's up?
Dez Bryant, the best receiver in the league.
Oh, he already
knows.
knows.
Give me a reason.
He already knows.
Give me a reason why. Oh my God. Give me a reason why, Dez Bryant. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh my God. That's why.
Give me a non-biased opinion. That's all I'm asking for. Give me a non-biased opinion. Why is Dez Bryant the best receiver in football?
See the numbers.
You got stats to back it up? You got stats? That
he did have an injured foot.
Look, he was injured this year, man. And plus he didn't have his quarterback. That's a beast duo right there. But if they really got injured, man, I think the Cowboys would have did way better than what we did this year, man. You gotta think that's one of our main players. So
would y'all have been? Would y'all really have been? Because from past experience, the Cowboys haven't given us nothing.
We are 13-3 when Romo plays.
Rashad, how about you go back a couple of years? Don't just go
back to our team we have now.
How about you go back to our team we have now? Okay, go back to when Dez Bryant was drafted. How many years ago was Dez Bryant
drafted? The team we have now with the full offensive line, with the running game we have.
This is what Cowboy fans do. You want to give me stats that are partial. You don't want to give me full stats. When Tony Romo's healthy, we're this and that. You gave me 13-3. Go back to all those 8-8 seasons that Tony Romo had. Go back to all those 8-8 seasons. How about those? Tony Romo's healthy for those.
Kobe's great because Magic Johnson got championships. No. That has nothing to do with each other. Going back to the past has nothing. It's very irrelevant.
You just went back to the past to break up the Tony Romo's record. You just went back to
in the past 2 seasons when he's 13-3 as a starter.
So why are you selectively choosing 2 seasons? Tony Romo started for the Cowboys for multiple years.
Because he had his whole offensive line. He had experience for multiple years. The most healthy.
So just because you get an offensive line now doesn't mean you should have been productive earlier. So are you gonna tell me y'all weren't talented enough before then to get to the playoffs, Rashad?
Why you hating on the Cowboys, man?
I'm telling you, I have no problem with the Cowboys. I'm saying don't give me selective information. If you're gonna tell me Tony Romo's 13-3, that's what he just did. Go back, look up every season Tony Romo has played. And then you can calculate the season y'all went to the playoffs. Look up every season from when T.O. left. Even including T.O.'s season, look up Tony Romo's record and tell me how he played. Tell me how he went as a starter. Because all I hear is this selective for the past 2 seasons. Last time I checked, he lost to the Panthers last year. And he played in 3 games last year, right? How many games? 3 or 4?
He played in 3.
So he went 2-1 as a starter last season. The season before that, they went 12-4. Gave him credit. What about the season before that?
But he was hurt.
But check it though. Check this. Hayden always had the offensive line he had, man.
And neither did Aaron Rodgers. Neither has Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't have has had a makeshift offensive line. Andrew Luck hasn't had a great offensive line. Guess what they did? They made it to the playoffs.
But look, we talking about Romo though.
Romo ain't always. But why are we giving him an excuse?
Yeah.
You say it again?
Why are we giving Tony Romo an excuse that the other guys don't get? That's my point. Why is he getting an excuse? If this was Tom Brady, we'd be sitting here saying he still has to get it done, and he did get it done. He got his team to the AFC Championship game.
So how much he got destroyed in the Denver Broncos game?
At least he was there to lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. At least he was there.
I mean, Romo didn't play majority. Like, he didn't play 75% of the games.
So what about the other years, Rashawn? What about other years where Tony Romo played 15 games?
You gotta have a good team. You gotta have a good team.
His team was good enough to win the NFC East, Rashawn. His team was good enough to win the NFC East.
If you want to tell me the NFC East are bad.
No, I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm saying so the other teams in the NFC NFC North are bad.
Aaron Rodgers he didn't have a good offensive line, but you gotta look at it like this. They two different styles of quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers can move better than Romo out of that pocket. Romo, he can move a little bit, but not as good as Aaron Rodgers. So, yeah, him having a better offensive line made a difference for him.
But what about Tom Brady?
But Tony Romo, wouldn't we say that
Tom Brady always had a Tom Brady ain't had no bum offensive line.
Hold on a second. Are you aware of the fact that Tom Brady had 38 different offensive line combinations this season? You know that?
Because his offensive line was freshmen.
His offensive line was hurt continuously over the season. And are you aware that the last Pro Bowl wide receiver Tom Brady played, or the last marquee name receiver Tom Brady played with was Randy Moss? You know that, right? Tony Romo's had Des Bryant for years now. He had Terrell Owens before that.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying he's great up to the Randy Moss category. I appreciate that.
Cool. I mean, he's an elite receiver. I'm not saying he's Randy Moss. No, don't be disrespectful to Randy Moss. Come on. Let's not disrespect Randy Moss.
He's the best receiver in the league. That's what I thought for. I just want to let y'all know that Des Bryant is the best receiver in the league.
I can't agree with you. I'm pulling up the stats for you right now, actually. I pulled up the stats and it's on Antonio Brown. Once my computer finishes loading.
Antonio Brown won't do this next year without Martavis Bryant. And since Martavis Bryant got the suspension, that's all I can say.
Wow.
I feel like he will, though.
He won't.
Your fellow Cowboy fan just said, wow.
No, I said bow. I was saying bow. Like, yeah, that's what it is.
Really?
Because he knows, like, Antonio Brown is not going to be able to
do it. So Antonio Brown's a product of Martavis.
He's not a product of him, but it greatly helps him. Des Bryant doesn't have any help. If you want to call, if you want to call Terrence Williams help,
it takes the slack off Antonio Brown, but he'll still get those receptions.
It works. The other players are great. Are
not to mention we have
benefits
too.
off of Antonio Brown, not the other way around. They benefit. He has the Jordy Nelson effect. That the other receivers are still good, but they reap benefits of playing with Antonio Brown. It's not the other way around. Okay. Antonio Brown will still get his as long as Ben Roethlisberger is in the line to still throw the ball to him. Antonio Brown's still gonna get his. And if you throw the ball at least to him, when Michael Vick was in the lineup, Michael Vick won't throw the ball to him. You can get his targets.
And when Kellen Moore became the starter for us last year, Des Bryant was getting burned. He was getting touches. He was getting touchdowns. Everything.
All right, I'll give y'all. Look, here's Des Bryant's season stats from the year he was healthy. Here you go, guys. 88 receptions, 1,320 yards, and you said what?
What year is this?
This is the 2014 year, the year y'all went to the playoffs with Des Bryant. The year y'all went to the playoffs. He had 1,320 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 88 receptions. Let's go to Antonio Brown's season stats. We can just pull up this year. You know what I'm saying? We just look at it this year. He had 136 receptions, 1,834 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Des Bryant had more touchdowns, but as far as receiving yards and everything goes, Antonio Brown
had 50 more receptions.
He had shorter receptions.
But
he has 50 more receptions.
He's catching the
ball.
It's
the same thing with Julio Jones.
He's catching the ball. But the funny thing is, they had almost as many targets. Even the year before that, he had more targets. He had less receiving yards. So what? I'm not understanding this case here for Des Bryant. I'm missing this. I understand Des Bryant being a top 3, but he's not better than Antonio Brown.
Des Bryant gets points.
Hey, check it. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna get off of here. Des Bryant is the best receiver in the league. Appreciate y'all giving me this good conversation.
Numbers don't lie. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna finish off with numbers don't lie.
Des Bryant, honestly.
I'm saying numbers don't lie. All right, caller. Appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate the support, bro.
No doubt. Y'all keep doing that thing.
All right, thanks, man.
I was hoping he was calling in for the Jaguars, you know, a support case about how that's
Gonna
the
make
best
a case for
duo.
the Jaguars.
I
But
don't think you can get anybody. Nobody watches the Jaguars.
They don't. It's sad. But the suspension, I can't say it's like a depression type thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's depression or not. The league's not going to care. I mean, you violated the rules, you get punished for it. And
I think him opting out to not appeal shows that it may be something deeper than just a party thing and him trying to actually get some help.
I mean, I feel like you can appeal and still get some help.
True.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, think about it. You lose. Look how much millions of dollars you're losing. Like, how are you going to get help with no money? You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you know, most of these celebrities, when they get their money, they spend it on stuff, which they got to pay for. You know?
Just better hope he got a good account.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, what if you don't? So, I mean, you lose a year of football and you say get some help with no money. So, I don't know. I feel like at this point, you're not going to beat the league when it comes to something like a substance abuse or anything like that.
Nah, of course
you're not going to beat the league. So it's really like you just basically just say that you're not going to build it. Hopefully they reduce the suspension. You know, kind of like you telling yourself you get a lesser case, a lesser trial. I mean, lesser sentencing. Man, I struggle to get that out. Lesser sentencing. It's kind of like that. He's just hoping that maybe it gets lessened.
Well, it's one of those things that even if you're depressed, all this stuff, it's one of those things that I see it as. I mean, you know the rules of your job, and because he was it's one of those things that players like him, Randy Gregory, Josh Gordon, Johnny, I just don't get it because y'all know that. I mean, for Martavis Bryant, he gets randomly tested because he's tested for it before. So they randomly test him now. But like Randy Gregory, you knew coming into the draft they were going to test y'all for this, and then you still tested positive for it. I just don't get why these players keep endangering their money for activities that it's honestly not. I know you have issues. You might have issues outside, but everybody has issues. Everybody in every walk of life has issues. We can't say this because you play football, your issues matter more than somebody else's. That's not the case. Everybody has issues in their walk. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like to sit up in their jobs or whatever. Might like to smoke some weed or something like that to relieve their issues, but they can't do it because it's part of their job. Mm-hmm. Most jobs have drug tests, so it's one of those things that you have to know what comes with your job, and the ability to take care of your family should supersede everything else. And you're like, I mean, I'm not saying that now that because he's suspended for a year, he's going to go broke. Hopefully you planned your money out right and everything. I mean, the man's played in the league for a couple of years now, but the thing is like, you can't endanger the money maker, you can't endanger the stream of money coming in for your family over a recreational activity that you can sideline for, that isn't essential, doesn't need to be essential part of your life. Like you can talk about rappers, you can talk about, celebrities doing it and stuff. But here's the thing, their jobs don't outline that they can't do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne or whatever can go smoke as much weed as they want. But your job strictly says it's against the rules.
And
so
there's definitely other ways of coping with depression.
Yeah, there are other ways of coping with depression. You got counseling. Mm-hmm. You could talk to there's so many different ways that you can deal with depression. Other than that,
that's self-destructive.
Yeah, that won't exactly. That's a perfect way of saying that. It won't be self-destructive to you, your team, your family, and just those around you. So I mean, it's a sad thing to see for real because I mean, Martavis Bryant is. He's a great talent. I mean, that speed that they have on that team on Pittsburgh is something different. You know what I mean? And him, Marcus Wheaton, like that their whole wide receiving core is they're the fastest core. Their 40 times are all the fastest 40 in whole NFL have listed the fastest 40 times combined. So it's a sad thing to see that now it's like he could possibly go a whole year without playing football because of something so unnecessary. But we're going to shift gears and go on to talk about, the actual NFL admitting now to the correlation that football plays and people, essentially being exposed to CTE or being victims of CTE. Speaking in front of a congressional committee on Monday, the NFL's top executive for health and safety of players acknowledged the connection between football and the degenerative brain disease that's plagued numerous players. The condition is known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy. So, and that's CTE, but it's essentially expounded on. Yeah. And it was the vice president, Jeff Miller. And now it opens up so many questions because the NFL is currently in a case with the players over a settlement, the concussion settlement because apparently billions of dollars are given to players post-retirement and benefits. But the thing is, not much money was given in the direction for players for CTE issues. And even though you can't figure out if a player has CTE until they pass. So you have to wait, like players like Junior Seau and all of them, you had to wait till they died in order to figure out, like Ken Stabler, you have to figure out they all had CTE after they passed. And even recently, the doctor from the movie that's the censor who Will Smith plays in the movie Concussion, who Dr. Amalu recently came out and said that he feels as though throughout all the O.J. Simpson stuff, O.J. Simpson had CTE, even though that doesn't excuse O.J.'s actions, but he feels as though O.J. had CTE. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you look at and you're sitting there saying, wow, now that you've gotten a confirmed reply from the NFL saying that, yes, it does play correlation. Where do you guys see this playing, for football, and how does this impact the league? Rashad, what do you think?
I think you'll see a lot more rules get established now in the league, more safety rules. I mean, kind of how when James Harrison was like, it's basically going to become flag football after a certain amount of time. Honestly, I think it's going to start becoming something similar to that, because you're now about to be in a league where every player in the league now, after they retire, is going to ask for money for, CTE, stuff like that. So now you have to make sure your goal is, which is it's a BHAG, honestly, is basically saying we're gonna completely eliminate concussions. So it's a BHAG, but you're looking at it like everybody's gonna want money now. Yes, because they did it. It's gonna be easier to get the money now because of what they said. So overall, I feel like it's gonna be, you'll see a lot more safety rules, a lot more penalties on certain stuff. It's gonna eventually become just not football.
Khaled, what about you?
I think it's also going to safeten up a little bit more rules, like Rashad said. I think it definitely hurts the NFL's credibility, or at least the medical doctors that's been checking, that's been doing all the all the health inspections, whatever. Been going through all the tests and stuff, and that's been saying that there's no real evidence that there's a connection to CTE. But now that they've came out and said it, it's gonna really hurt those doctors' credibilities, and then players are gonna wonder, like, am I true? If I'm gonna get hurt, am I truly gonna be like safe, like when I have to retire, or whatever, or will this injury do me more harm than I think it will, than it does on the surface? So I think players will definitely look into it more. They're definitely gonna ask for money, and then the NFL is gonna have to give them they're gonna have to give them their dues, because they've been lagging around it for this whole time, and now and just coming out, it's changed the whole thing.
See, I agree with you on one point, because I feel like retired players definitely, because that's what this whole settlement is about. It's about them getting more money and benefits after they play. But I don't agree with the fact that players are going to be more, cautious of it in game, because I mean, we heard all this stuff about concussions and the possibility of CTE being correlated, and players still want to play after they get concussions. Players are still trying to check themselves into the games once they're wobbly and stuff. They still feel like they can play. You have to legit take these players' helmets away in order for them to play. Because I mean, some players, they're not all Aaron Rodgers, who gets a concussion, and your contract is guaranteed. Some of these players, their contracts are not guaranteed, so you have to go out and play. So I feel as though they're still gonna play the game with the same amount of vigor and stuff that they played, even though CTE has been found to be related to it. But then I also believe that it hurts, and the way this hurts the NFL and football is because now that parents have a confirmation, definite confirmation. I mean, you already were skeptical of it before, but now that you have a confirmation that the two are definitely correlated. Imagine how many parents now are going to be like, well, I don't want my kid playing football. Well, I'd rather my kid play basketball. I'd rather my kid play, tennis. I'd rather my kid play baseball or something like that, because they realize how dangerous the sport of football is. And not even just the sport of football, maybe the sport of boxing also. Because, I mean, imagine how many hits you're taking to the head as a boxer. So it hurts both these leagues because of the fact that now that you come out and pretty much confirm this, and I don't even understand, because I heard it could have been a mistake, but because earlier in the Super Bowl week when the NFL was asked about this, the NFL hired doctor said that no, they don't correlate. And now you come back out now weeks after. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you say there definitely is a correlation. It's a contradiction of yourself. So it makes the NFL look a certain kind of way. But when I sit there and think about it, I mean, it's just I just hope that the game of football doesn't end up being something of a memory. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there will always be football in the United States. I mean, football is America's game. But I mean, how many rules can we put into football where players are starting to second guess what they do? I mean, the game is essentially geared for the offensive players now, because defensive players can't hit above the head. Now they're hitting lower. So, I mean, you're hitting lower, but now you're hitting lower doesn't essentially mean better, because now you're telling me there's just going to be a lot of players on crutches in wheelchairs as they get older, because they're going to have torn ACLs and, torn MCLs, torn meniscuses, all that stuff because of these low hits. So it doesn't essentially mean the betterment for the league, because it slows down. Because imagine a defensive player is coming, he has to watch where he's hitting now, because and sometimes offensive players catch the ball and brace for hits and they lower themselves. Yeah, and if a defensive player hits them, you know what I'm saying? Defensive player hits them, then that's a flag. So it's one of those things that you look at and you're just like, man, I mean, how do you fix it? I mean, you look at it because we have technology now where you see the padding of the football pads, the padding in the helmet, and it's still, I mean, the injuries have still persisted. So you just don't know how to fix the issue, honestly. I mean, it's one of those
especially things since they can't diagnose until a player dies. Yeah, that's like definitely the biggest problem.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. So I hope I mean, because I mean, we all love the game of football. It's just I hope definitely, because these players definitely deserve, in these settlements, they deserve more money towards the CTE problem, because CTE manifests itself as the players, continue on in life. So, and even though we can't identify it till they're dead, I mean, you'd hope that there would be more benefits for players that are suffering from CTE, because CTE is a big problem with your brain. I mean, your brain's how your whole body functions. And once that goes, I mean, you're pretty much gone. So we'll just have to wait and see how the NFL continues on from here. But going on to our last topic, actually, we're going to talk about the Spurs, going into the NBA. We're talking about the Spurs, man. And the Spurs have had a great season. But the funny thing is, nobody's really talking about it because of those guys, in the Bay Area that have been, shooting the lights out. That team is pretty much taking away all the attention from the Spurs.
You just made me disgusted again.
What'd you say?
You just made me disgusted again.
Why?
I'm just thought about that Buddy Hill statement.
Oh my God.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Said what I said, bro. I said what I said. But those guys in the Bay Area are shooting the lights out, and it's crazy because this Spurs team is 57-10, and you're sitting there, you're like, wow, 57-10. Any other season, we'd be like, that's great, that's amazing. If the Spurs technically won out for the rest of the season, even though we're all picking them, not pretty much nobody's essentially predicting they'll do it, because they got to play the Warriors 3 more times, and we're not all picking the Spurs to win all those 3 games. So. But if you look at it right now, the Spurs would be in a position where they could try and chase the Bulls record. You know what I mean? They could try and tie it. So when you look at these things, guys, are the Spurs underrated? Rashad, let me hear from you. What do you think? Are the Spurs underrated?
I don't think they're underrated, because like when you're on ESPN, you're on NBA TV, you still hear people say the Spurs are better than the Warriors. So I mean, you're not getting as much attention because you got a team that's chasing a record. You have a team chasing a record, and you have a team that's been dominating the league for X amount of years, and they're just it's normal to see them winning like this. It's normal to see them at the top of the Western Conference. So I wouldn't really say they're like underrated, under the radar, or anything like that. It's just everybody knows it's Spurs basketball. It's towards the end of the season. They're playing great ball. They always play great ball. They're going to rest at the end. They're going to lose games. So it's not really nothing to get hype about.
Okay, Khalid, what about you?
I don't think they're underrated either. I mean, they're ranked number 2 in the West. Anybody they play below them, they're predicted to win the game. I mean, they beat the Clippers out, and Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge were the leading scorers of those games. And it's crazy because when like Tim Duncan or Tony Parker isn't leading the team, like they got other people to lead the team. And the thing is that they're so fundamental and so whole as a team that they are just great and they can beat people. The thing about it is the entertaining factor of the Warriors and the fact that Stephen Curry is on that team. They can sink threes from anywhere on the court, and they score so much, and they have such a high scoring game. They're younger, they're more fun to watch. So I think they just get thrown into the shadow of the Warriors.
That's a good point that both of y'all made, because I mean, one team is chasing the record, one team is more exciting to watch. But the thing for me, I do believe the Spurs are underrated just because of the fact that when we were all talking about the team that will most likely beat the Warriors, we said OKC. We would say other teams, but the Spurs never really fully came up in conversation. When we talked about a probable finals matchup, everybody's put the Warriors in there. Spurs haven't really gotten the same recognition. And the Spurs are only 3.5 games behind the Warriors. You know what I mean? And you look at their past two opponents, they beat the Clippers 108-87. Clippers have been playing really well as of late. Spurs, obviously, number 1 in defensive efficiency. They're number 3 in offensive efficiency. They're tied with the Warriors in offensive field goal percentage. And you look at it, nobody on their team averages more than 22 points. You see Kawhi Leonard, dude's just balling. I mean, he's shooting 51% from the field, 46% for 3-point range, and he's the reigning defensive player of the year. And you look at LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge is shooting his second highest field goal percentage that he's shot in his career. He's averaging 17 points, and I mean, he's playing within the flow of the Spurs system. And you look at it, the Spurs are just as deep as the Warriors. You know what I mean? And yet we're sitting here and nobody really says, yeah, they'll probably be the team that face Cleveland in the finals. We always pretty much say it's either going to be the Warriors. You know, it's probably everybody's pretty much going on the bandwagon. It's going to be the Warriors. I mean, nobody pretty much put the ball in the Spurs court until OKC blundered against the Warriors. I feel like it took OKC losing for everybody to be like, okay, it's the Spurs. The Spurs time to do it. Apart from one of the callers we had that actually said that he still believed in the Spurs, which now we'll have to see, because the last time the Spurs played the Warriors, they got routed. So we'll have to wait and see.
Can I say something about it? I feel like it's because you see the game styles and you see what needs to be changed to beat the Warriors. But like as everybody says, like the Warriors is like they can put in a small team and nobody knows what to do with them. It's like reading a different language or something. Like you just don't know what to do against it. And you feel like the only team that could honestly do something against it was the Thunder. But as we see, they're just an inconsistent team that just can't get it together. And that's why people, a lot of people said the Thunder. And when it comes to half-court offense, because even I feel like the Spurs can't run with them.
Yeah,
and that's why I can't really never pick the Spurs. I mean, I'm not picking the Spurs not because of their talent. I just pick because Golden State's small ball is just incredible.
But why didn't we pick a team like Cleveland? Why did Cleveland pick? Oh, because Cleveland was a team that was up there as well.
Because at the time when we did that, David Blatt was still there. And remember, they wasn't as fast of a running team as they are now under Tyronn Lue.
But from the offensive numbers, their pace is relatively the same. It looks faster. They've used Kevin Love more, but their pace is still the same as it was pretty much. The thing with the Cavaliers, they pretty much have played almost the same when David Blatt has been gone. It's just that Kevin Love's been more efficient, but then now he's trickled off again in recent games. So their pace has practically been the same with David Blatt and without him. And I mean, Cleveland's the team that when David Blatt even was there, they're the ones that gave them a run for the money in the Western Conference. I mean, the finals.
In the finals, and you're right.
There's no doubt they're going to be in the finals with the Spurs.
But I feel like this Warriors team is better than they were last year.
They are better.
I mean, it's clearly see by the record.
Cleveland's better.
I know, but both teams.
And nobody picked Cleveland.
But I mean, because it was more so when we talked about it was more so like the Western, who's going to stop them in the West, and then we kind of went to the finals as well. But we all know we was going to see the Cavaliers in the finals, and I just don't see the Cavaliers beating that team.
Because I always fit. Would you pick OKC to beat the Cavs?
Would I pick? No.
Then how?
That's crazy.
That's one thing I don't understand, because people pick OKC to beat the Cavs. I mean, beat the Cavs. Or no, pick OKC to beat the Warriors. But then we won't pick OKC to beat the Cavs.
That's the problem.
That doesn't make sense because. Oh, you're going. What were you going to say?
There's a problem with OKC, that inefficiency during late games, and definitely there's a player like Stephen Curry and LeBron James. They'll take advantage of that, and they'll just have the the Thunder's offense just looking kind of crazy, especially with the kind of defense that LeBron plays, and that the way that he can just shut down most players it definitely hurts the OKC team late game. I think I wouldn't take the OKC over Cleveland in the finals.
But see, and that doesn't make any sense to me because I know it's a thing of matchups sometimes, but OKC and Cleveland are two perimeter matchups. So why are we picking one over the other? I don't understand
I've seen what. And
LeBron's arguably better than Kevin Durant on both as an all-around player. And I mean, Russell Westbrook's better than Kyrie Irving. That's just here or there. But then their third best player, Kevin Love, has played better than Serge Ibaka. So I don't understand why we would pick them over the Cleveland team.
Oh, I pick Cleveland.
I'm saying why would we pick OKC to beat the Warriors instead of picking Cleveland?
Because coming into the season, I honestly thought, even after All-Star break, I thought the Thunder could be the team that could run with the Thunder, keep up pace-wise with that team, and then manage to win the games. But we see they just keep blowing the game, which is why I don't see the same thing anymore. Do I think they can beat them now? No, not a chance.
Because
at the time, yeah.
Because to me, I feel like I never have ever since I saw the Heat and what they did to the Thunder in that finals when it was pretty much two perimeter teams playing each other.
Oh yeah,
they had James Harden, and even though James Harden laid a goose egg, I saw what happened when one team is proficient on their jump shots, and just the fact that one team has LeBron James gave it a better chance to win to the other team, and one team scored better in the paint than the other. And even though Kevin Durant's a lights out scorer.
That's why I couldn't give it to OKC because LeBron James is on the other team, and he knows how to play against them. But
that's one of those things that made no sense because even with the Spurs are the best defensive team in the league, and yet nobody's picked the Spurs to beat Golden State.
Is it because I
think it's because of
to beat the Warriors? Everything they do is half court, and it's just like it's not.
Yeah, it's slower too.
But they're so efficient on offense that.
They are efficient, but so Golden State is efficient. And they're both efficient offense and defense as a team. I mean, Golden State's declined a little lately, but they're still an efficient defensive team.
That's the only part that loses me because OKC isn't efficient, but yet we gave OKC a chance. But when it comes to San Antonio is efficient. They're defensively efficient, but we won't give them a chance.
It's because no team has dominantly stopped the small ball offense that's running the court from Golden State. It's kind of like that. And the only team I figured who could actually do something like that
who could keep up the pace.
And Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But can you say that you could slow Golden State by slowing the game down in itself?
It's hard, because
the Thunder fall into the Warriors trap.
Yeah,
the Thunder speed up their pace when they play the Warriors. The Spurs can slow down the Warriors by playing at your pace. That's what Cleveland did in the finals. Cleveland slowed the Warrior down.
But we saw when San Antonio tried it, and they got waxed. Because they tried to, and then the Warriors wasn't having it.
But see, I feel like that could sort of be an aberration.
Because it was one game?
Yeah, because it's legit, honestly, one game.
Yeah, one game.
And you've seen a bigger sample size. Because think about when they played that game, that was in December, I think. That was in December, early January. We're in March now. So you've gotten plenty of time to see how the Warriors play against the team, how you can play, how they've been vulnerable at times. You know what I mean? How they can obviously be lackadaisical. And obviously, Tim Duncan was in that game, who's the best shot blocker around the rim. And the Warriors shot about almost 65% around the rim in that game. So you look at things like that, and you're just like, well, I mean, because if
7-game series, because I could feel like
because like what Hassan Whiteside said, because this is why I feel like the Spurs are underrated because people don't give their bigs credit. Everybody looks at the Warriors' running and shooting ability. Well, what about the Spurs' bigs' ability to score? Because I mean. Just like you have to have an answer for a Stephen Curry or, a Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, you got to have an answer for LaMarcus Aldridge. You got to have an answer for Tim Duncan. That's the big fundamental. I mean, he's not the Tim Duncan of old, but Tim Duncan can still get buckets when he needs to get buckets. There's a reason why they rest him late in the season. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way player in basketball right now, arguably. You know what I mean? So you got those guys to contend with. Tony Parker ain't a scrub, and then Danny Green can knock down threes with anybody. So I feel like the Spurs, to some degree, are underrated. They just don't get their credit, but
the Spurs bench isn't as good as Golden State's bench. They have a really good bench, but I don't think it's better.
Patty Mills, Manu, David West. That's a pretty good bench.
I said it's pretty good. I don't think it's better than the Warriors bench.
And then that dude, Simmons. He's a mad athletic dude. Dude can ball. I mean,
you know about the little guard?
No, he's a forward. He's a forward. He plays guard and forward, but he's stupid athletic. The boy can jump out the gym, and he can ball. I mean, when I look at the Spurs are deep. I mean, just having Patty Mills, because Patty Mills is better than I would say most of the players on the Warriors bench, apart from Andre Iguodala.
I don't know. Sean Livingston can because his size Like he dominates when he's in the game.
He's quick.
Patty Mills be balling though. There was a point when
Yeah,
Patty Mills was
no.
starting over Tony Parker.
Yeah.
And then you still do have Manu Ginobili.
Yeah.
Even though Manu has regressed, that still is Manu. And I mean, you got David West, who still is David West. You can say I think David West is better than Maurice Spates. So David West and Maurice Spates, essentially, I get the edge to him. Simmons, you're gonna say Andre Iguodala is gonna, Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala is essentially the piece on the bench that makes me say the bench is better than what I would say that's
because he's technically a starter.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a starter on any other team.
But Patty Mills would be a starter on any other team. So, but Andre Iguodala is just, I mean, that's the Finals MVP, the reigning Finals MVP. So I'll just give the nod to him. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's show, y'all. It's been KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day, coming to you on WODU Live, the best in college radio. Follow us on our KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_sports, and subscribe to our KBR Sports YouTube channel where you can see our past shows and past segments. And also make sure y'all tune into us on Rabble TV and Spreaker also, so you can hear our shows live and our podcast and listen to us on iTunes. And before we go, I need to read some comments that D Sizzle left before earlier in the show that I didn't get a chance to get to. He said, sure would be nice if someone had passion on the show. I guess that's when we were yelling and stuff. And then he said, in parentheses, the Cowboys and Aikman are the worst ever, by the way. And he said Rodgers has a stronger collarbone than Tony Romo. Dang. My man.
He's
such a hater, bro.
Shots.
He's a hater. He's a hater. Hey, watch it. Cowboys and what's the name? In the NFC Championship this year.
Okay. All right, we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
We need to see that, like you said, that collarbone, man. That collarbone.
NFC Championship.
And also for those watching, I mean, if y'all ever want to call and join the debate, the number is 757-683-4405. But all right, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for us today. Have a great day.